Hello YouTubers, it's Championdjk coming at you again with another 10 Car Tuesday episode. And I alluded in my last weekly video that this was going to be a good one, and it should be. We are going to open up some vintage Hot Wheels, pretty vintage Hot Wheels anyway. This one is our only non-real rider example, and we're going to get it out of the way first to warm up. This is the 65 Mustang Convertible. This particular version is from 1987. The card is actually pretty good shape. So 87, that's quite a while ago. This casting actually debuted in 1984. It's been released a ton of times. Last seen this year, 2018. In the Hot Wheels Flames 5-pack. We're going to go ahead and open it up. So let's go ahead and do it. You just can't leave these cars in the packaging. I'm going to tell you, we're probably going to see some package damage on some of these cars, I'm sure, as we pull them out. And there it is. There's your card. Probably just save this just for whatever, an example of that card. And here is the casting, and it looks pretty good. I don't see any issues with it. This is kind of a cool Mustang Convertible casting, metal body, metal base. It's got a Malaysia base on this one. I'll go ahead and zoom into the actual car here, adjust the camera just a little bit, and take a peek. So this is pretty cool, in black, tan interior. Kind of a neat little Mustang, and that is your first car for 10 Car Tuesday, and this is just going to get better as it goes along, in my opinion. This next one is the Path Beater. Here's a quick look at the car. It was on a Trailbusters card. This one is the 1986 version, I believe. Well, it's a copyright date, it's 1986. There's the back of the card. These are the Real Rider hubs. This was an 83 debut. It was the first time this casting was seen. And it was a Real Rider. There was a Real Rider version in the 83 Hot Wheels lineup that looks different than this, different paint scheme and whatnot. This casting was used all the way up to 2010, where it was last seen in a 5-pack. But here is the Path Beater. Really cool casting. 350 horsepower. I love these Real Rider hubs. These old school Real Riders are really cool, and the reason why these are all getting opened right now, and I've acquired them kind of over time. The reason why I'm opening these ones, the last of what I've got, because most of my collection is completely loose from this set, is because they're going in that Hot Wheels display case, the one that comes with the Silverado this year. So there is the Path Beater, really cool little Chevy truck. So there's that one. Next up, we got two kind of like Indy cars. This is the Turbo Streak. This one, the blister's already wrecked on it. This is the 1983 debut of this casting. There's also a white hub variation, not just a gray hub, but a white one. And this was also in the Real Rider series in 1985 as well, in black, which I do have it. It's just not going to be in this video because it's not, I don't have it carded. And so this is actually from 1983. There it is with the gray hubs, gray hubbed Real Riders. Little kind of Formula One car. Really, really cool. I think there's a couple different Tampa variations of this. So pretty neat. This was last seen in 1997 in the FAO Schwartz 8-pack. Was the last time that we've seen this car, this casting, as far as I know. Could be wrong, but yeah, it's all metal. Everything is metal. I believe, yeah, the motor is cast in. I think it is. It's kind of hard to tell, actually. Oh no, the motor is actually plastic. Same with these little like exhausts right there, but the base is, of course, metal, and so is the body. So there is that one. And I will, by the way, also do a separate video just on all of the Real Riders that I have and kind of talk about what I'm missing and from the collection and all of that eventually, but not. We're not going to go through all of them right now. Just the carded ones, and that I'm opening. This number 4 car is the Formula Fever 1983 debut, which is this one right here. It was also available in a gray hub version, not just the white hub version. And it's another Formula 1 style car. It was also, and then in 85 they renamed this casting the Thunder Streak. And it was seen again in the Real Rider series in 85. And then the last time I believe that this particular casting was seen was in 94 mainline release. Pretty sure that's when it was last seen. Pretty cool little one. This one's got a metal base. We've got, this is metal, and then the side bit here, this red piece or orangish piece is plastic. But pretty cool looking little race car. So there is your Formula Fever. And then next up, this one's a really cool one. This is the Porsche 928. Here's that packaging. Moscow Drug for 99 cents. So this one is 1983 is when this was released with Real Rider. It's got the same tempo scheme as the 1982 one that was on Black Walls. But this is your 1983 on Real Riders. There is no hub variations of it. It's only available with gray as far as I know. Maybe there's a white hub one out there that's super rare. I have no idea, but as far as I know, this is only available with gray hubs. And is just a really cool little car. And it got put out a bunch of times up until 2002 when they final runned it. So they had a final run release of it, 2002. And yeah, didn't use it ever again. And I don't think it has an interior, and I think that's why the window's all blacked out. I'm pretty sure it does not have an interior. So it's one of those cars. But definitely cool to add it to my Real Rider loose collection, and glad to have it. So there's that. And let's see, what is next? We are at number 6. We're halfway through. This is the 40's Woody. Real Riders, High Rakers. Tires that look and feel like the real thing. This 40's Woody casting was a 1980 mainline debut. This particular version came out in 1983, as far as I know. This is the white hub variation. There is also a gray hub variation that was released, I believe, that same year. And then this casting got used. I mean, it's already, I think it's technically still used. It was last seen in 2015 in the Road Trippin' series. And really cool little casting. So the way that this is constructed, this whole top section is plastic. The rest of this is metal. The motor is plastic. The grill is plastic, probably as part of the same piece. Of course, the interior is plastic. Base is, of course, metal. And then it has the High Raker base, which you can go ahead and pull it out like that. Pretty cool that they, that was kind of a neat feature for these classic Hot Wheels cars. And is a very cool one. So that is really neat, again, to add to my loose Real Rider collection. Next up, we got the 57 Tbird. And this 57 Tbird, the casting itself debuted, this one's got metal flake paint. The casting itself debuted in 1978, from what I understand. And this one's from 1983. There was also a gray hub variation to complement the white hub variation, which most of these did have a gray and a white. It was also in 1986 Real Riders, I believe, as well. I think it was black with gray hubs. I think I've got it. I think I have it over there somewhere. And then this casting, of course, is pretty much still used to this day as well. I think it was last seen in 2015 as multi-pack exclusive. There is a plastic base version, of course, of the casting, and that's what you will see current. And this one does appear to have a little bit of package rub over there. But other than that, it looks like it's in pretty good shape. And it's a really cool little car. So glad to add that to the loose Real Rider collection. Which most of my loose Real Rider collection was actually gifted to me by my late friend Chuck. So thank you, buddy. Some of it, although, was actually, I've gotten some crazy deals on some of these Real Riders, believe it or not. And some of them I actually picked up at like rummage sales. All right, so this one here, this is the Dodge D50. So this is our number 8 casting. This casting debuted in 1980. This particular one is from 1983. Got some wonky stuff going on with the wheel, but it is a high raker. It's got something's going on with this one. It's almost like the axle is too long. Oh, there we go. Ooh, snapped it in. That makes me nervous. Probably never get it back out, but that's okay. I like them in their like stock stance. Anyway, all right, so this casting, yeah, like I said, it was 1983, this one. There is a gray hub variation of this as well, which I do believe I have. And this was also in the 1985 Real Rider series with a different color scheme. It was white with red flames, which I believe, have one of those as well. And then it was last seen in 1986 with that same color scheme, and that was it. That was it for this casting. It really had kind of a short life. So there is a Blackwall version of this. Oh, by the way, a lot of these Real Rider castings, there is a Blackwall variant of it. So they weren't. So it's almost like the early Super Treasure Hunts, I guess you could say, except for not really, because they were, I think, widely available at the time that they came out. But this is a neat casting. Of course, metal body, plastic grille and motor, plastic cap on the truck bed, and of course metal base, and then the high raker part of the base. Pretty cool. So there is that one. Pretty awesome, guys. And we're down to 2 left, and these are the 2 coolest ones in my opinion. So this one right here, the Dodge Rampage. Really awesome. So this one came out in 1984. And this is the version in 1984. I believe there probably was a Blackwall version. There also is a gray hub variation to complement this white hub variation. It is a metal body, metal base. Paint's not that great on it. It's got a 3-wheeler in the back. That's pretty cool. I don't know if that's removable or not. It almost looks like it would be, but probably isn't, because it's yellow and it's the same color as the interior. So this Rampage casting was basically only released in this year, 1984, and it wasn't ever to be seen again until it got a retool in 2012 for the Hot Ones series. So they retooled it in 2012 for the Hot Ones series, and then it was last seen in 2014 in the Road Trip, and so it has 2 variations of it that are more current, but they're a retool of this. So other than that, it was only released in 1 year of Hot Wheels in the 80s, and that's it. But it got the Real Rider treatment, and it's pretty awesome. This is a really cool casting. I really dig it. I think it's pretty awesome. So there is your Rampage. So cool. All right. Then lastly, this is probably my favorite one of the bunch. This is a Bywayman. White hubs. This particular one was released in 1984. I believe the casting predates 84. I think it does. It might not actually. It might have just come out in 84. 84 might be the first one. Somebody will correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe like 1982. Actually, 1982 I think was probably when it came out. There is a gray hub variation of this. I don't think I have the gray. No, I don't have the gray hub variation with this color. This one, there's been a bunch of different variations of this. And actually, you know what? I'm looking at the wrong thing. So this 79 was when this casting came out. I apologize. This one is from 1984. So there is a gray hub variation that came out in 1985. So it came out the year after this one. It was seen with gray hubs. It is a really cool casting. It's based off a Chevy truck. And I love these off-road Real Riders. I think they look really awesome. And there was another Real Rider variation that was in yellow, that was in a Stamper 3-pack, which I actually do have that one too. That one I picked up for $5 at a rummage sale. No joke, completely mint condition, so crazy. And then 2003, they final run this casting. It got a final run, and it was done in 2003. So if you want to collect all these, there is an end to it. But it will be hard to get all of them. There is a ton of variations of this casting. Ones with plows in the front, so that's a base variation, and then they have plows, the power plower. So it's had a bunch of different names: Bywayman, Power Plower. I think there's a couple others. So it's kind of hard to generate a list of every single variation. But it is very cool, and I think this is the best one of this 10-car bunch that we looked at. So I think this episode is definitely worthy of a bit of a recap. I just opened some fairly expensive Hot Wheels. Some of these can go for quite a premium carded. Believe it or not, though, you can actually find them loose, and that's how I found most of these was loose, aside from the collection of them that was given to me by Chuck. The ones I did find loose, I found pretty cheap and in really good condition. So I really honestly got lucky with a lot of this. So just to take a quick look at some of them together here. Just pretty cool stuff, man. So this is definitely like the vintage cars that I like, or these original Real Riders. I think they're just so cool. And I really do want to try to complete the set. So I believe there is probably about 30 variations that I'm missing. I actually have about 50 unique variations of Real Riders that were released, which the Real Rider series basically went from, I think, about 83 or 82, 83, all the way up through 87. And somebody else that's totally like more of a vintage Hot Wheels aficionado can probably tell me more about that. And then, of course, we can't forget this little Mustang that we cracked as well. I had to pick one car out, a vintage one out that I had, because it's 10-car Tuesday, not 9-car Tuesday, and we only had 9 Real Riders to open up. So pretty cool, pretty darn cool. All right, guys, so that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. Probably what's going to be the best episode, in my opinion, of 10-car Tuesday, and eventually, and probably the longest one too, but eventually we will do a video on all the Real Rider variations that I have, and we'll take a look at all of them at once. All right, so that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Again, thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.